Hello students, so here I am at the last topic of this chapter, empirical formula of a compound. And with this topic, that chapter will be finished, and then I will send you the remaining exercise question, and I want every student, it is very clear and strict in notice to you that every student has to complete the exercise questions. Okay, so no need of writing the questions, just with the question number write down the answers, and I am always ready to clear all your doubts between 6 to 8 in the evening. Many times I repeated the same thing. So if you are not asking the doubts, it means everything is clear, then your work must be completed. Okay, so I am going to start the last topic, empirical formula of a compound, then the chapter will be ended. Now coming to empirical formula, before that we should understand what is the molecular formula. Then you would be able to understand the difference between molecular formula and empirical formula. What is molecular formula? Molecular formula, like H2O is the molecular formula of water. So what does it represent? We have already discussed this topic before. Molecular formula, of course, it represents the constituent of the compound, means the number of atoms of each element with which it is composed of. So actually molecular formula represents the actual number of atoms of each element present in one molecule of a compound. So if you are writing the formula of water as H2O, it means this is the molecular formula because it represents that one molecule of water is made up of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So actually molecular formula represents the actual number of atoms of each element present in one molecule. Okay, one more example we can include here. Glucose, you know glucose, the molecular formula is C6H12O6. So what the one molecule of this compound represent? This formula represents that one molecule of glucose is made up of 6 atoms of carbon, 12 atoms of hydrogen and 6 atoms of oxygen. So actually the molecular formula is representing the actual number of each element present in one molecule of a compound. But if we talk about empirical formula represents the number of atoms of different elements in their simplest ratio. They are not representing the actual number of atoms. It is not showing the actual number of atoms of each element. However, it is showing the atoms of elements in their simplest ratio. So very clearly you can get the difference between molecular formula and empirical formula. For example, H2O2, it is the formula or molecular formula of hydrogen peroxide. So this formula represents the actual number of atoms of each element, that 2 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of oxygen are present in one molecule of hydrogen peroxide. But so what is the ratio here? The ratio is 2:2. 2 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of oxygen. But if the same molecule you want to represent with the number of atoms in their simplest ratio, so what would be the simplest ratio? Simplest ratio will be, of course, 1:1. So if you represent the number of atoms in their simplest ratio, then empirical formula of hydrogen peroxide will be HO, which shows 1 atom of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Is this clear? Once again, H2O2 is molecular formula of hydrogen peroxide because it is showing actual number of each atoms present in one molecule. But if you show the ratio of the number of atoms, if you represent it in the simplest form, so ratio is 2:2. So simplest will be 1:1. Then the empirical formula will be HO. Another example again we can consider about glucose. Glucose, this is a molecular formula because it is representing the actual 6 number of atoms of carbon, 12 atoms of hydrogen and 6 atoms of oxygen. But what will be its empirical formula? Let's see the actual ratio. Actual ratio is 6:12:6. Now if you simplify it, then it will become 1:2:1. So what will be the empirical formula? The empirical formula, 1 atom of carbon here, then hydrogen 2 atoms, so H2, and oxygen also 1 atom. So empirical formula for glucose will be CH2O. Okay, now coming to third example, acetic acid, CH3COOH. This was second, this is third. Actually, if such type of formula is given to you, then it's better to abbreviate. It's better to write the number of atoms all together. So let's count carbon 1 and 1, 2 atoms are there. So abbreviate करके इसको C2 कर देंगे. Hydrogen 3 plus 1 4, so hydrogen will be H4 and total oxygen atoms are 2, so O2. So now it's easy to simplify the ratio. Okay, so the actual ratio is 2:4:2. Now how to change it into simplest form? Simplest ratio will be again 1:2:1. So the formula will be C1 represent 1 atom of carbon, C 2 is 2 atoms of hydrogen, H2, and again 1 atom of oxygen, CH2O is again the empirical formula of acetic acid. Okay, so I have finished all the topics related to chapter 1 and I have sent you all the pics of the chapter. Now I am going to send you the exercise questions, so please clear your doubts and complete your exercise in time. So again I am giving you one more day to complete the exercise, then I will start the second chapter.